When you receive your kit, you will have your die cut tissue paper, as well as your chipboard with all the pre-punched holes. You're going to need some saran wrap, and that's just basically regular cling wrap, saran wrap, nothing special. Some sort of a decoupage medium. I use Mod Podge and matte. Some sort of a dish to put your glue in, as well as a brush, okay? So all I do is pour out a little bit of the matte medium. Start with less. You don't really want it to dry up on you. And you're going to lay this down so that it's nice and lined up. The hole's in the right spot, the corner comes to the corner, everything is nice and lined up. I would rather this point be perfect and everywhere else match up perfectly and have a tiny bit of modification to make in that little hole there. That's so subtle that you won't even see that once your burlap goes through it. And when I say burlap, I mean your twine. All right, so I'm just holding this down with my hand and embracing the paper, the tissue right over the chipboard. I'm gonna kind of hold that little flap there. And I'll start just by doing a little swipe from edge to edge in this one spot, okay? I'll take my saran wrap and gently burnish that down. Don't scrub too hard. You don't want to accidentally tear your tissue. And you're just going to work in small sections all the way out to the ends. Working in the small sections guarantees that you have less air bubbles and wrinkles in your tissue, okay? All right, and then you just turn that around and start on the other side. I always find it's so much more effective to start in the middle and work your way out. You're gonna end up with way less big trapped air bubbles underneath and a much smoother finish. Always kind of just push outward. Don't go in the direction you just applied in. And I try, if I can, to keep a fairly straight line in the application of glue, just so that it's easier when it's time to hit the other spots. Okay, so as you can see, I did all my brushing out towards the outer edge. I don't really brush in towards the center. And if you want to kind of gently go over the entire surface one more time, just to kind of make sure it's okay, you can. Otherwise, you should have a nicely adhered pennant banner. And then you can go ahead and glue on your letters or whatever you want to put on the front. It could be a pretty little picture, another piece of decoupage paper. I'm going to apply the letters that are die cut for the kit. When it comes time to glue down your letters, one of the things that I like to do is use a really fast drying glue. The last thing I want to do is get this wet and potentially tear it by damaging it with more moisture. So you can use one of two things. You can use some sort of a fast drying white glue, and to be honest with you, your kids' Elmer glue works just great too. Just takes a little bit longer to dry than, say, Aileen's Fast Grab. Or you could use something like a double-sided sticky tape. This is called score tape, and it's a really common double-sided sticky tape you can buy on Amazon. Or the other option is foam tape. And the foam tape is really fun too, because your letters come up off of the banner a bit and give a bit more dimensional interest. So you decide how you want to do this. I think sometimes it's just easier to use a glue. So if you want to just grab a glue and glue those down, go for it.